We're now going to take a look at functions that explicitly return a value. So our previous hello function, all it did was print a message to the screen. It did not explicitly return something, although it does return the object none, and we'll see more about that later. What I want to look at now is functions that explicitly return a value, and they do so with the return keyword, and we're going to see that below when we write a function to roll 2 dice. So we're going to roll 2 dice, calculate the sum, and return it. So we're going to do import our random module, and then we're going to define a function over here. So we'll just say the function is called roll, and open and close parentheses. We don't have any parameters just yet, and then a colon. And what we're going to do here is roll 1 dice and add it to another dice roll like this. And we can just say total equals this, and then we will just return this total. Okay, so this should not be new. We've seen this before. So we have 1 dice roll and add it to another dice roll and assign that to the value total. So this will be an integer. And then this is new. So return must appear inside of a function definition. So under here in the code block over here, you cannot have this outside of a function like so in some other code. It's got to be in a function. So it's going to return the total. So that's what the function spits back to the user. So let's go ahead and execute this cell. Again, nothing will happen, or nothing visible will happen. We've just defined this function. We have imported the random module. So now we can use this function, and whenever we call roll, it will run these 2 lines of code. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So roll, open parentheses, close parentheses, and we get 7. Let's do another one over here. And finally, what you'll do a lot of times is you'll assign the value of the function, whatever is returned, to some variable like this. So R is now whatever that roll is, and this one was 9 again. You can verify that this is an integer. So it just takes on the value of whatever the function produces and returns. So all functions return values, but if you want to explicitly return a specific value, then you use the return statement. And whenever you use the return statement, that means that is the end of the function. When you press enter, Jupyter Notebook should know that you're done with the function, and you can just write more code over here. Okay, so just to show you, not in the body of the function. So whenever the indentation returns back to normal, that means you're not in the code block anymore. This line of code is not part of that function. So let me go ahead and execute this cell again. So this will run 1 time, and when I roll the dice again, it will not print this out anymore because this is not part of the function. I can get another R and just print it out to the screen. All right, so let's look at the hello function. And I said it didn't return anything. So this is a little tricky. It looks like it returns something, but what happens is this is printed to the screen. Printing to the screen is different than what is returned. And I'll prove it to you. I'll assign whatever is returned from the hello function to the variable named A, like this. Notice that it still prints to the screen. And if I try to look at A, well, you can't, nothing happens. And to see exactly what A is, well, it's none type. The only object of none type, the only member of the none type class is none. So A is none. You can verify this like this. This is a singleton. It's the only object of that class. So A is none. So if there's no explicit return statement, then the none object is returned. So again, the hello function was something like this. Print, hello, this is my first function. Notice there's no return statement here. And so if there's no return statement, then this none is returned. You don't have to say return none. This would be doing the same thing, but nobody would ever write this. This is just how Python works. It does return the object none, but you don't have to write a return statement. Other languages may force you to write a return statement, but Python does not. Now you can return, anything you want. I can return the number 99, and let's just call this a new function name, hello 99, like this, and I didn't call it. That's a common mistake, is like, okay, why isn't this working? Well, don't forget the parentheses. So hello, this is my first function, so it runs both lines of code. It will print this, and I didn't spell it right. There we go. And then it returns 99. So that gets returned into the output section. Now you can assign this to a variable, and now A is equal to the number 99. All right, so that is more on explicitly returning a value from a function.